Welcome to another episode of the Black Wall Street Unplugged. In this special three-part series, we're diving deep into the 1K in 30 Days Challenge with Joseph Hackett. Whether you're an entrepreneur looking to boost your income or just curious about effective strategies for financial growth, this series is packed with insights that can help you make significant impact in just 30 days. Join us as Joseph Hackett shares practical tips, real-life examples, and actionable steps to help you reach your financial goals. Let's get
They
started.
don't have, they do not have to be very detailed, in depth. All you have to do is contact somebody who has your customers inside of their audience. If they have your customers inside of their audience, what you want to ask them is, will they allow you to pay them to make this offer to their audience? Some people do this with folks that are influencers that have 25,000 followers up to 5 million followers. You ask the influencer, you say, hey, I have this offer. Would you allow me to pay you to present my offer to your audience? If they say yes, then you pay them to do it. Now, there are a few different ways that you can pay them. You might pay them a flat fee if they advertise for you, or you can pay them a percentage. I enjoy paying people a percentage because there's no limit on how much they can make. So they can make as much as they want to make. And if you want to make it really attractive, now some people offer like 10 and 20%. If you really want to make it attractive, offer them 50%. Now, a lot of times people will hold back. And what you all may have heard, and I've learned over time, scared money don't make money. And when you're in partnerships, you want your whatever partnership you have, you want that person to be excited about translating your offer to their audience. And so I'd like for you all to consider how many people have your customers inside of their audience right now, right now. And then if they have your customer inside of their audience, what is it going to take for you to make that person excited about selling your stuff? And when I say selling, that's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Your offer is supposed to solve a problem for people. And as I listened to various people introduce themselves, I heard a lot of word salad. It was real fancy. A lot of times people said, well, what that means is, I'll explain it this way. What that means is that you have to sharpen whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're offering. It has to be sharp. That means you have to work on your pitch, you have to work on your presentation, because you should be able to say it really quickly, not just talking fast, but really simply. The closer you can get it to a third grade, the better. You don't want to have to explain and then explain your explanation. Big 10-letter words are unnecessary. I was just conferred my PhD. I have a doctorate in theocentric physics, and I know a lot of words. But when it comes to sales, I'm not using big words. I don't. The simpler, the better. You want to position yourself to be relative and sales worthy in the marketplace. And sometimes we as business owners get so excited about what we're offering as a product that we forget that our product needs to solve a problem for people. So I encourage you to think about, what problem does your product solve? What problem does it solve? Is it making people, is it saving people money? Is it giving people a better quality of life? Is it giving people a better quality of life? Is it showing people how to save time? And if they save time, what are they going to be able to do? Is it saving people's life? If you're a counselor, if you're providing therapy or support, is this the type of thing that if people don't have it, I mean, they might literally kill themselves. They might be depressed. They might have relationship problems. And if they don't have any relationship help, if they don't have any negotiation help, no leveling help, no communication help, they might get a divorce, and that's going to cost them half of everything in their household or estate. Their children are going to be stressed out. Like, when you think about the problem, when you think about your product should be based upon the problems that people have. Your product should not be based upon the features or anything that you do or you know how to do or anything like that. You have to think about the customer first. What problem are you solving for the customer? The reason I opened a coffee shop is not because I needed coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I opened up a coffee shop because people drink coffee, and there was no Black-owned coffee shop in Asheville, and it worked. It doesn't matter that I drink coffee. I didn't open it up for me. I opened it up for people. The reason that online people may see that I have a grant writing business called Six Figure Grants, and I do. I don't even like writing grants. It has nothing to do with me. That's why I train people to write. I have researchers and writers that write grants for me. Grant writing is something that I just do all the time because it's required for my work. But my customers need it. It fills a gap in the marketplace. There are things that people want to learn to do, and so I positioned it for them. So think, number one, about what problem you are solving. If people get this, what pain will it relieve? If people don't get this, what pain will they experience? If people do not have your product, what pain are they going to experience? I want you to take a minute and write that down. You can text, you can type it into your phone, you can write it down on a piece of paper. But if you cannot identify in a very simple, direct way what pain, what problem, what pain this thing is going to solve, then you're going to have a hard time selling it. Okay? All right. What questions do you all have about that so far?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I just wrote a book called The Woman and 7 Days to Forgiveness, and I'm a creative, so I wrote it specifically for creatives who have blocks around, the creating. How would I address? I mean, how would I present this to the beauty industry? Because that's the industry that I'm in.
That sounds real fancy, and that means nothing.
Mhm.
Sounds real fancy, but means nothing. You wrote a book around something,
Uh-huh.
and you wrote it for creatives. What problem does it solve? What pain are people in, and you created a solution for them? What pain are they in?
Okay. Well, I was saying because creatives have blocks, and a lot of times when we have certain things that we haven't dealt with, it's very difficult for creatives to create.
Okay. All right.
Mhm. So I wanted to create something around releasing so that they can get more.
You want to create something around releasing. That doesn't tell me anything just yet. Keep going. You want
Okay.
to create something around releasing. No. Do you have a strategy for them to get unblocked?
Yes. I
Then
mean,
say that.
okay, the strategy.
You get what I'm saying? Do you have a solution so that they can start flowing again? Then say that. This flowery language is stuff that people hide behind. It's a result of imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime, and I'm probably being a bit more assertive than some folks are used to, but whenever you're whenever you're really engaged with any type of coaching, that coaching has to produce enough discomfort so that you reconsider what you're doing and think about doing it in a more efficient way.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer we deal with niceties, the longer we lose. I've been on whenever I'm in Asheville, for example, I have to schedule all of my meetings in that day, and my calendar is ridiculously hectic, and so I did all of my meetings today, and I still missed my appointment with the at the post office. But what happened is there are lots of opportunities. There are three big opportunities that came up today. One of them was a doctor's office that's closing down and offered any and all of their equipment to us. So that was a great opportunity. Another one is a developer from Colorado that heard about Black Wall Street and wanted to know how he can partner with Black Wall Street and what types of things BIPOC businesses needed and wanted, and what opportunity it was for them to partner, whether it was on supplies, on construction, on packages, trades, or even supplying things to them, or if you needed to rent places for a storefront. And then there was another opportunity for this big festival that's coming, not our festival, something much bigger than Grindfest. They've already sold 5,000 tickets, and they're looking at partnering with black-owned businesses for an event on the river. So here it is, all of these opportunities, and then sometimes we are not as sharp as we need to be. We want you and your business to be so sharp and so on point that when people ask you what you do, you can hit the nail right on the head. You don't have to hide behind fancy words. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly how to get it done. And you know exactly what problem you're solving. You know the pain that people are in, and you are the one that has the solution. So when it comes to the book about that you wrote about creatives and them being blocked, you want to deal with that pain. Like, the reality is that a person might have a whole bunch of ideas in their mind, and they're still broke because they don't know how to make their ideas reality. They have ideas in their mind, and they're frustrated because they don't know how to get them out. They have ideas in their mind, and every time they sit to create, there's something that's blocking them. Well, what does that blockage produce? It stops them from making money. It stops them from being happy. It stops them from being fulfilled. Like, what pain? You have to stick a knife in that pain, pour salt on that wound, and twist the knife. If you can do that, if you can understand the pain that people are in, then you can offer them your solution. But if you don't understand their pain, you're not gonna offer a good solution. When I was watching last night, I watched The Food That Built America, and they were talking about popcorn. And while they were talking about popcorn, they were going through the history of popcorn, and they start talking about the microwave, and then how the microwave came. They said the first microwave was called a radiator oven, and it was 6 feet tall and 700 pounds. And they kept working on the microwave. And the reason that the microwave was so popular is because before then, people had to spend a lot of time cooking. They started to understand, and actually the microwave was not created as a cooking utensil. It was a scientist. He noticed that when he turned on this machine, that the chocolate bar in his pocket melted. It was a mistake. Just like Post-it notes, they were a mistake. But they realized that this solves a problem. Every product is problem-based. Every product, any and every product. No product is pleasure-based. All products are pain-based, because pain and pleasure are the same thing, just on opposite ends of the spectrum. So you want to think about what pain your people are in, and you're serving them. You're giving them a solution. They are in pain because their skin has eczema. They're uncomfortable, they're embarrassed, and you're relieving that pain. But you have to highlight the pain in order for them to purchase from. You have to highlight the pain in order for them to understand how to use the book and use the strategy. You have to highlight the pain. Otherwise, they will take their hard-earned dollars and go to somebody else who does understand their pain.
Okay, so I would ask this question then, like, as far as forgiveness, I would consider that multiple streams of pains, but my focus would be more so because it's the beauty industry and people lacking identity. It would be like confidence, their lack of confidence, as well as their identity. Is that something that kind of links up with what I'm trying to do?
It kind of does, but it's not enough pain. Are they unhappy? They're depressed. They are unfulfilled in life. They're sad and don't know why. Pain, 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 pain. Pain. So it's not fancy. Say that fancy stuff. And this, I mean, Naomi, you know me. And so you know this is not personal.
I know.
But in front of everybody, I'm using you as a case study, and I'm so glad that you're letting me do this. The pretty stuff needs to go out the window, y'all. Your customers have a problem, and they're going to spend their hard-earned money with somebody who understands their problem. Now, in this specific situation, they might call it unforgiveness, but you're the one that needs to show them Well, what does unforgiveness bring? Well, that's why your hair is falling out. And that's why you ain't got no edges. And that's why you stay up all night. And that's why you're stressed out. And that's why you can't flow, because you don't have XYZ. And I prepared it for you.
Okay.
I took everything that I've lived through. I took everything that I've learned in school. I researched and I went to the far reaches of the earth to figure this out for you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand your pain and I have something for you. This is how we have to think about it. Anyone else have any questions about this point that I'm making about identifying it as pain?
Can I get some feedback on something I'm trying to work on?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, because I do a lot. I'm trying to really niche down more with my marketing because it was so broad with a lot of different people. So first it was women, then they mentioned their husbands, which I'm not going to turn down any kind of
right.
But when I'm marketing, I'm trying to niche it down. And so not even just women, but coaches wise specifically. So how does this sound? I help coaches' wives handle the stress and challenges with a more positive mindset and less stress.
Yeah, I get it because I understand those words, but it's still a bit too pretty.
Okay.
All right. So coaches wise, matter of fact, my wife, she and I have been together since I was 18. She was 19. We've been together 25 years. We got married after dating for 5 years. And so we've been married for 20 years. And she told me one day she was going to write a book because I was crazy. And she had been looking at me and studying me and watching me. And she said, Joseph, you really think you are a God? I said, I am, because the Bible said I am. She said, I'm going to write a book about how crazy it is to be married to a God. Now, this is part of our inside joke. And, you know, we all right. She never wrote the book. But what she was saying was that, you know, she knows what type of leader I am. She knows how passionate I am about stuff. And like people on the outside, they have no idea what it's like to be a spouse to a leader like this. And maybe what you're offering is not only beneficial to the wife of a coach, but to a spouse of any leader. You get what I mean? Or maybe if the government don't even recognize them as a spouse, maybe somebody who's a long-term partner of a leader. Maybe what you're writing about is a solution to somebody that's frustrated when they're supporting somebody they love. Does this make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love you, but you get on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying, you know what, sis? I know you love him and he gets on your nerves. And I'm going to show you how to love him and not allow it to get on your nerves.
Right. Okay, I may just write it just like that. Thanks.
I would if I were you, because that's something to talk about.
I know that's right.
That's something to talk about.
Hackett,
As a matter of fact, part of your social media and your marketing strategy might be to develop, you know, a 5-question quiz. How much does he get on my nerves? And or they get on my nerves. And then you can have a nerve ability quotient. Make up a word and think about all the things that you read in those magazines. You get what I'm saying? You are as much a business as any of those other people. If they can create content and blogs and surveys and quizzes and tests and points here and 5 elements of this and 10 standards of that, you can do it too.
Thank you.
All right. No problem. Who else? Anybody else?
Don't be scared now.
All right.
Don't be scared now, y'all.
No.
Hackett, I
don't
have a question.
Don't
Yeah,
be nervous.
you know,
I ain't trying to
I
scare
will ask
somebody.
the question. You know, Lord have mercy. It's
Go
all right.
ahead.
It's all right. I'll ask you this question then, and that
Uh-huh.
helped the whole entire room. How do you get to the foundational level so fast of sharing the pain so quickly, like what you did with Naomi and what you did
Mhm.
with Mrs. G? How do you get to that so quickly, and how can people be that real with themselves so that they
Yeah.
can write the content, the copy, the information?
Yeah, yeah. Now y'all know I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd and I've always been socially awkward and I was not very popular in school. And so I have always loved people. I've always liked people, but people didn't always want to be around me because I was so awkward, so nerdy. People paid me to do their homework, but nobody really talked to me or anything like until I went crazy. And then I turned into a dog. And then I don't know
Oh
why bad
Lord.
guys get all the play, but anyway, when I was nice, then nobody pay attention to me. When I started acting crazy, then anyway. But what happened is I actually listen to people. I listen to people a lot. I enjoy people. I love people. I admire people. And I'm fascinated by people. So I listen a lot. And I just learned how to ask questions. And so I ask people questions and then I ask myself questions. So what I did with Naomi, then with Miss G, and anybody else that might ask, that might have a perspective or want my feedback, I just ask the question why. So if it is a spouse of a coach, why do they need support? Because they're frustrated. Why are they frustrated? Because the person gets on their nerves. Why does the person get on their nerves? Because they keep missing each other. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to listen. They don't really ask or answer questions. They don't know each other's love language. They're not meeting in the middle. Well, what's going to happen if they don't meet in the middle? Now they're going to be frustrated. They're going to cheat on each other. They're going to abuse each other. They're going to hit each other. Uh, and then what's going to happen with that? Their children are going to grow up in dysfunctional household. They're going to be crazy. Their children are going to be stressed out. Their children are going to have bad grades in school. And then what's going to happen? They're going to get divorced. Do y'all see what I'm doing? I'm just asking questions.
Yes, sir.
And it takes work to get there. But if you do the planning work behind the scenes, when you come out with a product, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. I say it this way: it takes work to get to something simple, but once you get there, it's worth it. As a business owner, we're the ones that do the work that makes it easy for our customer. By the time they get to us, we already have it figured out for them. We have the 3 steps figured out. We have the 10 strategies figured out. We have the book figured out, the chapters. We have it figured out. And the reason that we have it figured out is because we were able to identify their pain. So it does take a series of questions. And that's why we tell everybody, work on your avatar. And work on your avatar, your key customer, and build for them.
Yes,
LinkedIn,
sir.
for example, has a target customer. The target customer for LinkedIn and the target customer for Facebook, well, target customer for LinkedIn and target customer for Snapchat are 2 totally different people. However, there are Snapchat users that use LinkedIn. So build for your target customer, that person that's experiencing a certain specific type of pain. Build for them, design for them, market to them, message for them. What will also happen is other people will come on board. And it's fine, long as the money is green. All
So
right.
ultimately, we're just asking a series of questions to lead to multiple problems and focusing on the solution, that one solution that'll help out all those
That's
problems.
right. That's right. You're creating the solution. You're creating the solution for them. On those commercials that happen in the middle of the night with the low testosterone, low T, or what is that stuff called? Until they got all the strong men out there, and they're marketing to a certain person. They're probably people taking it as steroids. I don't know. Whoever needs it is going to find it. But it's your job as a creator, as the leader, as the entrepreneur to figure out the pain your customers are in and then solve that for them. That's how you serve them. You solve that problem for them. Okay. So let's move into how to get to exponential sales. And Bruce, I'm going to turn this over to you after I set up and you can walk folks through it. Okay. What I want you to do is think about all of the people that you know or that you know about. And they have your customers in their audience. I mean, they have your customers in their audience. You want to reach out to them and offer them money if they sell your product. If they offer this to their community, you're going to give them a certain percentage, or you're going to give them a flat fee. Sometimes the influencer might say, well, I'll charge you $25 and I'll put the post on my media page, my social media page. There are some that charge $10,000. What I want you to do is to list out at least 30 different people. If you don't know anybody, number one, that's a lie. But if you just decide that you don't want to do the work, at least look around this room. Just look around Black Wall Street. Look around Asheville community and think about all the people that you can reach out to. And so this is called affiliate marketing. You can use an official affiliate link if you want. If you don't want to use an official affiliate link, you don't have to. The last day that I did $100,000 in one day, the last day that I did $100,000 in one day, I did it with one affiliate. Now, I paid him $18,000. Do y'all think I had a problem paying him $18,000?
No, because you made more.
No problem at all. None whatsoever. So don't be afraid to partner. I actually encourage you to partner. So Bruce, will you take from here and tell them how they can identify potential partners, how easy it is for them to find partners, and then you can do affiliates in using an official affiliate link, or you can do an honor code. Y'all, please don't do each other wrong. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Grind, the way that we won this award, the fastest growing startup in Asheville, is not because I did it alone. We collaborated and coordinated with partners in lots of different ways and made it happen. It is a strategy that I use all the time. It is not strange, it's not new, it's not taking an unfair advantage of anybody. It's two or more people deciding, can you help me with this? All right. All right.
All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this
Pick it
is
up.
oh yeah. Oh yes, sir. Awesome. So yeah, this is great. This is something that I use in my business that has helped me scale in very significant ways. The term properly is called integration marketing. You can write it down. It's called integration marketing. It is already taking something that exists and partnering with somebody that already has what you need, but you also have what they need. So when we did the Black Wall Street or grind or any business that we do, if you can get really good at working with creating partnerships, finding deals or striking deals or striking some type of symbiotic relationship between you and another organization. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of this and how this has worked for us. There is a need in Hendersonville We striked a $400,000 deal, something I actually been working on. Can y'all still hear me? I just want to make sure my phone went into do not disturb mode. Can y'all still hear me? All right, just making sure.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. The thing that I did there was I found a need in Hendersonville, and I also understood the market of what was needed there. Now, the thing is, I am not in Hendersonville. The only thing I do out there is get a haircut by one of our cohort members. But because of the work that we're doing in Asheville, I have already been fishing out work that is needed in Hendersonville because I have been researching that terrain. I had decided to partner with the Chamber of Commerce and several other entities. You had on one of our strategic partners on here, Mountain Bizworks, Naomi, my wife's school, community school, Blue Ridge Community School, was allowed us by doing a braided effort. We were able to allocate $400,000 for the work that we're doing. Partnerships actually has the highest level of one of the highest level of revenues because sometimes people want to make it about them, but actually digging deep into the work of collaboration is super important. The faster you can find a collaboration between you and another person, collaboration, coordinate, or cooperate, whatever way you decide to do it, and find a new need or a need that is in that city, that community, or that organization. If you can find it, then you can actually create massive revenue. That's actually what's in my business model. Is that is what I do, where I can find the commonality between individuals, and I can find the solution on how to make system, organization, and citizens work together. If you can get good at that, you don't have to be the smartest in the room. Some of y'all are smarter than me. Some of you all are actually have you have several degrees. I have some level of a degree. I don't have any of that. But if you can get really good at working with people and finding the opportunity between them and that where both can win, there is treasure in that. Integration marketing is also designed to where you can actually connect with people's belief, and it becomes something bigger than money. If you can find barter trade actually will automatically eventually will translate into money. I'm going to give you an example of a deal that I struck today. If you're interested, put a one in the group chat. It's actually a pretty big deal. To me, is a big deal to Black Wall Street. As the executive director for Black Wall Street and one of the founding board members, and the skill set that I bring to the table, it was really helpful. If you want to know, I can tell you. I just want to make sure you engage because I'm going to show you exactly step by step how I did this. Just put a one in the group chat. I'm going to tell you how I struck an extremely big deal today with just a few simple steps. If you're very interested, just put a one in the group chat. All right. So the conversation I just stepped out of maybe 45 minutes ago was with Comic-Con. Who knows what Comic-Con is? Put a one or two in the group chat if you know what a Comic-Con is. If you know what Comic-Con is, put a two in the group chat. If you know what it is, Comic-Con, one or two, right? You know what that is. Comic-Con is extremely huge and is all over the world. Comic-Con is where comics and culture comes together and they dress up and do these big things, but it's flooded with thousands and thousands and thousands of people. When you make yourself an authority and I'm sharing a secret with you. I'm like, this is what I do. When you make yourself an authority in a new space, you do it by serving. Don't look for a dollar. Hear me what I'm saying, y'all. I'm gonna tell you how I scaled to almost $300,000+ in a short amount of time for my business personally. I'm giving you the secret right now. Jay done, I don't even know what he done, but that's my mentor, right? But my skill set is I serve to the degree to where the law of reciprocity is totally activated, where someone has to give to me. Had a conversation with this individual. I'm going to show you exactly what I did step by step in an hour conversation and how I struck this phenomenal deal. I'm gonna show you is the same deal I struck with Hendersonville that translated to $400,000. It is the same type of deal that I struck with the United States Forestry Department that's over $400,000 for the year. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it. It is what can you give of value by, like Hackett said, what pain point can you find quickly in a person's system or their culture or their event and give it away for free. The conversation I had today was I was approached by this individual, and I don't mind sharing his name because I'm going to be doing some events at Black Wall Street around it. It's called Beer City Comic Con, where they take beer and comics together. Now, he asked me to come and speak. Is like the form of a TEDx. Is a pretty big deal. I do an 18-minute presentation in front of thousands of people at the Harris Cherokee Center, right? He asked me to do that, but I'm gonna tell you how I made something like that bigger. This is, all right, I don't wanna know how deep I can go, but I'm gonna give you a law of power. This is a law of power out of a book. If you can, and write this down, Lord have mercy, I'm gonna just tell you, if you can connect to a person's self-interest and you can find what they're interested in and build on that, they will automatically connect with what you have. This sounds really bad, but it's actually very, very true. I found automatically what this individual, now the thing is, we're really good friends, you know what I'm saying? I found out quickly what the person's self-interest was. This is where partnerships begin. People don't care about how much you know. They don't even care about what you can do for them until, when I say do for them, they don't really care about what you can do until they know what you can do for them. If you have a product or an organization or anything that you have that can help them win, they automatically, the law of reciprocity is activated. Involuntarily, people will automatically give to you. I gave him some phenomenal ideas of what he can do with what he has right now, and I showed him how I did. I told him a secret of how I scaled into what I had. I gave him the law. I gave him a secret. And then he said, look, we could do some stuff together around, and this is how you get access to other people's audiences, y'all. This is how we became one of the most resourceful organizations for Black Wall Street. Please make sure you take heed for this for your own organization. For Black Wall Street and fastest growing organization in the 828. It is literally finding a person's self-interest as fast as possible. No matter how many laughs you have, no matter how many conversations you have, you want to make sure you target what they really need from you. And you don't have to really necessarily even ask what you're meeting for. You need to have a level of understanding when a person sits down with you in any level of community or business, they are looking for how they can work with you. How can they get ahead? So you need to be able to be good at integration marketing. It's a book. Go ahead and write this down. Take out your pen and paper and somebody can put it in the group chat. I'm gonna give you a free book that has helped me scale very fast. It's only 120 pages. If you don't read this book, this is on yourself. This is the individual that taught Russell Brunson, the person who has a $1.3 billion organization. I had the pleasure of meeting him. He trained this person, and I'm about to give you the book that has helped Russell Brunson create ClickFunnels. If you don't know what ClickFunnels is, you can look it up. This guy's name is Mark Joyner, M-A-R-K Joyner, Joyner. The book that he wrote was Integration Marketing. It is on Amazon. The book is only $12. If you do not buy this book, shame on you. I'm trying to tell you how I scale. The book is easy. A third grader can read this book. If you don't read this book, you should be able to read this book in 1 to 2 days. If you need more time, so be it. That's okay. I understand some of you may have a job. Some of you got kids like myself. It's a lot going on. But you should be able to read this book in at least in 1 week and it gives you a step-by-step process of how to strike deals. They call them a czar, a czar. A czar is a person who finds and seeks deals. You'll be able to find systems You'll be able to find connections between systems that don't work together, and you'll be able to figure out how to bring them together and let them communicate. Partnership is more important than anything else. That's all I do, y'all. For real. Like for real, for real. The way that I have scaled is that I have found people's self-interest and I allow them to communicate with one another. The cheapest way, and I do this, is allowing influencers, write this down, under 50,000 and under followers. They are looking, this is the psychology behind an influencer at 50,000 members. You can write this down. 50,000 followers, a person who has 50,000 followers on Instagram or any of those, you can spend less money with them than you do with a marketing agency. I'm telling you that as a marketing agency. You can strike a deal with the organization and striking a deal with that company or that person. They will share your stuff gladly because that's what they want to do. Money is the lowest form of revenue. I don't care about no dollar. This sounds real crazy coming out of my mouth. I don't really care about a dollar. I don't even care about that you make money. What I really care about is social capital and connection. If I can have somebody, if I can win over someone's heart in the work that I'm doing, I will always have a forever customer. Always. If your business becomes the business of people and not a product only, you will always have customers. Always. Always will have a customer. I would never in my life have an issue with creating a product because I understand people first. Your business needs to become about people, integration marketing. Somebody put it in the group chat. Integration, like integrate, not inauguration. Integration. If you don't get this book, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, I'm giving you something that helped me scale really fast. Thank you. Integration Marketing by Mark Joyner. Thank you. This book, this guy was the first person who created the ebook based on studying pattern. Hear this. He studies anthropology. You do hear me when I say this, y'all. Stop trying to be the one that figures, stop trying to be original. When I say original, I mean, yes, I get it. Like, build your thing. But stop trying to have this mindset that I got to be the one to figure it out. You're going to waste time. In 2 years, I have been able to scale my business and surpass people who've been in business for 17 years. You wonder why? I do integration marketing. I'm going to learn from somebody who's done sweat and toil for 20 years. I'm going to learn from them. I'm going to follow exactly what they say. I ain't got no pride in my game. Like when I say pride, yes, I take pride in what I do. But when it comes to scaling my business and doing what I got to do, and I got a God complex too. Hackett was talking about it. I got that same thing too about me as a man. But when it comes to scaling my business, I'm going to learn from the best. I'm going to spend $5,000. I'm going to spend $20,000 to make $450,000. That's what I do. I'm giving you the secret. Go ahead, Naomi.
Okay, this is just in reference to the integration marketing because you spoke about the barter as well as integration. So asking, like, when I think about integration, I think about like two people coming together, integrating their concepts together, right? But my question will be like, how do you do that? Like without either person feeling left out or, you know what I'm saying? Like when you say barter, that means you're wholesaling from that individual, right? Like
barter doesn't have anything to do with a dollar. Barter means that you have something that's equal to what they. So, for instance, the Comic-Con deal that I struck, right? There's about 4,000 people that are going to come to this event. The guy came to me and was like, Bruce, I want you to do an 18-minute presentation on some type of spiritual concept around spirit and business, right? And how comics relate to it. I was like, okay, cool. So he didn't give me no limitation. And then I said to him, hey, what if we, and this is how reciprocity works. You give me something and I give you something because I'm compelled to. People do this at the highest level. When you get to a certain level of business, they don't even talk about money, Naomi. All they talk about is ideas.
Okay,
And
so
I'm learning that more and more. I'm gonna tell you. So the barter trade was, he gave me an idea like, Bruce, I would love for you to do such and such. And we began to talk a little bit more. And then I asked him a question. I was like, hey, bro, like, how can I serve you? How can I help you? What can I do for you? And then he said, man, it'd just be great for you to share it with, Black Wall Street members. And then I took it a step further to add a different level of value. I said this to him. I said, what if we did a 4-part series event where, and self-interest, I catered to that, but I also built it to where it helped other members in the community. So anytime I build something, babe, Naomi, I always incorporate other people around me in my tribe. I thought about y'all. I said, what if we build something to where Black Wall Street members can participate, and we do a 4-part series that promotes your event, but it also gives Black Wall Street members or creatives the ability to create something. And then I left it at that, and he said, bro, we can do a poster release party for this event. I was like, well, tell me a little bit more about that. He said, we can do a 4-part event. He said, I have marketing budget. I didn't have to come out of my pocket. You see how this law of exchange is happening. Barter. He said, I can do, I have marketing budget. We are promoted for you. He said, if you can find me 4 or 5 creators, from the indigenous population, any of the Black Wall Street members, anybody who can do digital design or draw, he said, we can build it for them and release it and have a good time. We can do all type of stuff. But as we were building this event series leading up to September, which is the big event, right? We was not talking about how we could leverage dollars. We were talking about how we could leverage partnership. Does that make sense? And then I was always keeping in mind, how can Black Wall Street members benefit from this? So we were talking about creatives. So I incorporated, I was thinking about you. I was thinking about Ricardo. I was thinking about other creatives that are a part of Black Wall Street so they can benefit from it. And that level of partnership is going to expose me to at least 4,000 people. And I didn't come out of my pocket for no dollar, no budget.
okay.
And I
So
do that over and over again. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was
That's
on.
That's the
Okay, so
that's
I just
go
wanted to
ahead.
get more clear. So I like the idea. So that's like 2 people exchanging a service or whatever. So it's like, so offering what they don't have and what they can benefit from you creates a space for you to do what you do and market as well. That's like free marketing to their following and target audience and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
literally, just a short term. This is what barter means by the dictionary definition. It means to trade by exchange of commodities or ideas rather than by the use of money. So
Okay.
instead of exchanging money, you exchange commodities, resources, and ideas. All of the partnerships, and I probably built Black Wall Street partnership list to about 90 partnerships as I use barter. How we got this big contract in Hendersonville was the law of reciprocity. Find the person's self-interest, no matter the organization, no matter if it's local, state, national, it don't matter what it is. All you need to find out is really fast, what is it that they want? Because everybody wants something, even if they don't say it. Everybody. Even you, Naomi. Even me. Everybody wants something. No, it is, everybody wants something. If this is a law of power, everybody wants something. When you can find it out quickly, and I've studied it, and I get really fast at it. I can probably find it out in the first 2 minutes of any conversation that I'm in. And then I talk to that one thing only. That's how I built 90 partnerships. That's how we became the fastest growing company in the 828. That's how at Black Wall Street became the fastest, one of the most resourceful organizations. Is because what I do is I'm catering not to only what I can do, but what they need, and then I'm also thinking about how it can benefit the tribe of people that are around me. So if you study any of the greats, they are always building something that's bigger than them. I'm always building something that's bigger than me, because all I need is a percentage of it. I don't need a whole lot out of it. But if you can do a whole lot of those type of deals, my God, it could be crazy for you. So the key is to ask, who can I do for you in the conversation? I'm gonna tell you this. This sounds crazy. We ain't got no white people on this call. Do it. I'll just tell you this. I learned this from a few people. I kept hearing it from white folk, especially executives and CEOs, people in nonprofits and business owners at a certain level. I kept sitting down with these white people. White people do this all the time, y'all. They say at the end of the conversations, how can I serve you? How can I help you? And you be like, dang, they really nice. Dang, they just want to help me. No. Yes, the answer is yes, but they also have, they are actually operating a law. Reciprocity. How can I help you, Tyler? How can I help you, Naomi? What ways can I serve? It activates the law to compel you to partner. Partnership literally means that every time you make money, they make money. This is why they don't be talking about money like that when you get up into a certain level. At certain conversations, we don't talk about no money. The only thing we talking about is how can we work together, talking about the possibilities. So I start going with it. I don't talk about money no more when I'm in certain conversations. Only thing I'm talking about is the possibilities. But best to believe on the back end, that bill is running up. You ain't got to never cross it. You just do the work. One of the levels of poverty is when you get to the money first. This sounds really crazy, but I'm trying to tell you it works. Give, and you will receive. That is a law. All you got to do is keep giving. So when I kept telling you just to give, I'm going to receive. And these white folks, just to be honest, y'all, I'm just keeping it very transparent. I learned so much just being in those positions. Yeah, look, I'm trying to be churchy, but the Bible says this: the highest the person in the kingdom is a servant first. So if that is connected to spiritual concept, how do you think that's going to connect to physical, practical plane? You ain't got to believe or not. These folk giving out stuff because they partnering. So I always partner. How can we work together? What does it look like? I'm not getting to the business necessarily next. The first thing I'm figuring out first is how to flush out this partnership. And then that puts me in front of an audience that I didn't have to work for. That's how we scaled to 10, 16, I don't know how many emails we got. 16,000 emails. We partner. Just partner. Don't be afraid to partner. Don't be afraid. Any questions before we end it?
Yeah, I was going to say that when you were talking about giving, like that's something that I actually been praying about as far as like heavenly generosity, like being able to give, and in return you get back whatever you give freely, right? And I know that we've talked about like the different levels of like, what do we call it? The different levels, like money is probably the lowest one. I know that now. But
Yeah,
when you
it's 7 levels of revenue. Yeah.
So when you're talking about the relational part, that's the part that I'm trying to grasp onto. So like you're really hitting into like my time when I speak, when I'm thinking about my business, like how can I intersect my business into other businesses rather than one person at a time, but really getting into a system of organization of people that it will affect many versus some, you know? So
Yeah,
the generosity is something that, that's key.
yeah. What I'm about to put in this group chat, you can write it down. But Hackett, I know Hackett is my mentor, and I'm trying to tell you, if you don't have mentorship or leadership, make sure you get some coaching. I got all type of coaches. I don't know nothing, but I know how to listen, and I'm a good student. Come a student first. This is what we actually taught on. It's really good, and I still go back to these notes. The 7 realms of revenue. Lowest form of revenue is money. If you're talking about money, you already lost. I know that sounds real crazy, y'all, but I just put it into practice. I tried it, and it really works. The second realm of that, you would talk about property, whether it's intellectual property or physical property. Third one I do really good at, and at this point, after this is what I really worked on, is relationships. The fourth is a good name, reputation, of course. Fifth is information. And then sixth is vision. And then the highest level is wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge applied. Most people have a lot of knowledge. And this is the secret, y'all. This is really the secret. I'll give you an example. Working with the United States Forestry Department, right? They are in 10 cities. And they came to me and was like, Bruce, how do we connect? And there are some people on here that may do it. How do we connect Black and brown people to go be more outside? How do we do that organizationally? How do we do that with thousands of people? How do we do? I'm giving you the secret, wisdom. How do we do that? So what I do is I don't just regurgitate information that I heard. I actually dig in. How does systems work together? What societal issues do we have as a group of people of color? What is connected to us not going outside? Questions. Apostle Hackett said, ask questions, right? That's what he said. Ask a series of questions. That's all I do. And then I found a few answers. Wisdom that I was given, it always incorporates some level of partnership to use a person's resources and my information to promote it. Yeah, questions opens doors to information. Get good at asking questions. So when the United States Forestry Department asked me, how do we get more people into these different locations? I gave them a proposal and I put it with the law of reciprocity in mind, in partnership, and how to incorporate more people than just myself. So when I wrote that proposal, it didn't just include Bruce and my company, Kairos. It included other companies. And that's how you really do it. And if you can be okay being a good team player, you can create more income that way than just doing it by yourself. Any other questions, y'all? I hope that was helpful. I try my best. And it's okay if you're a part of somebody else's thing.
This was great.
It ain't gotta be about It ain't gotta be about you, yo. Like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, I got over that real quick. If somebody else is doing it doper than you, if their aptitude and their ability to create is better than yours, so be it. Connect yourself to it. This is a great example of integration marketing. Y'all want to know a great example of this? McDonald's connected to a highway. I'm gonna give you this last example. This is a great example. McDonald's, y'all know they're in the business. Y'all think they're in the business of burgers. They say they're really in the business of real estate, right? You probably heard that. McDonald's, they market, but in the beginning, they really didn't market like that. I'm gonna tell you what these Negroes did. This is me studying business. These cats got connected to shopping centers that were that was right by the expressway or the highway. And they made sure that they were visible. That's why you see them big old signs sticking up by the highway or the expressway, and people will pull in by impulse. So even if you won't come in for them, let's say you was coming to get some shoes from from Ross or Shoe City or whatever, right? Going to whatever. They weren't tripping that they want the big kids on the block. They were connecting their business to several businesses that already was attached to a shopping center. Law of partnership. So McDonald's decided to attach to a whole bunch of shopping centers so that they could be visible on somebody else's network. And for a minute, they did not market. Now they market. They don't market. Mercedes don't even do that like that. Like there's several businesses, big businesses that don't necessarily need to market because they ride on the coattails of partnership. The reason why I was able to scale the way that I scaled is because I connected myself to somebody who already had an audience, and I was okay. I didn't mind serving. I didn't mind giving my value, my information, and my knowledge. So you saying to yourself, I'm gonna keep this to myself. Nobody need to know what I need to know. Like I have at least 75 websites for AI information, right? That can help businesses grow and scale. Guess what you think I'm doing? I'm giving at least a few of them out to strategically. I ain't say just give it out to be giving it out. Give out stuff that can bless somebody. Cause something's gonna come back to you. So when I gave it to this dude at the Comic-Con, when I gave him the ideas he needed, information, and I gave him wisdom on what he needed to do, he wanted to partner. Guess what you think gonna happen? I ain't gotta use that near dollar coming out of my pocket, even though I got dollars, right? Marketing dollars. I ain't gotta come out a nail dollar out of my pocket because he's gonna pay for all the marketing. Because he wants to be connected to someone who serves. Or he wants to be connected to our network. Even if I didn't have anything, I would still use that same law. So get out there and serve. Find partners, start striking deals without using money. You'll be surprised how much you can get accomplished. Y'all, I didn't make not $1 from Black Wall Street. Hear me, I'm making ED now. And I've been doing this work for 2.5 years, 60 hours a week with no dollar. I used this law. On the back end, it was blessing my business. Kairos got nothing to do with Black Wall Street because I served and got connected. And the same people who supported in some type of way, granted, I was not making any money, decided to like, hey, Bruce, you do marketing. Yeah, I do. So don't worry about a dollar up front. Think about the dollar that collects interest on the back end. Do it over and over again. Patience is power. Use it. So be okay with partnering with folk and you not getting nothing right out the top. But I also understand that. So if you don't have that, find deals where you can win quickly. If you're gonna give some money, best to believe the strategy I'm gonna give you. You want to make money fast right now. If you want to make money fast right now, connect with the elite, and I'll be hitting them up all the time. Influencers in your area or in the region or United States that has similar interests as you, and inbox them. You'll be surprised what people say. If you don't want to inbox them, email them. Don't be afraid. And ask them for the business. Like, hey, I would love to work with you and pay you. So somebody you was going to pay $500 for, you can pay them $200 to get in front of at least 50,000 people on a story. You can spend right now at least less than $2,000 to get in front of millions of people. But make sure you have your product ready. At least have something ready. One trick pony, whatever you got, have it ready. So what I want you to do, find influencers, 50,000 members or less, and I want you to inbox them. Stay who you are, what you do, and you will love to use their services. Love to pay them for their services, or love to pay them to promote, share your product, and this is what your product is. Real brief, succinct. You'd be surprised. Laws of average work. I be testing that all the time. I be talking to all type of people who got all type of followings. You'd be surprised. I talk to people who got 200,000 plus members of followings, 500,000. I just be testing it. Don't be scared. I email them, and then I got real good at it, and I start making it just getting straight to the point. Because you got to think about this. Everybody always inboxing them for something. So I got to make sure whatever I'm inboxing them or whatever I'm emailing them, get straight to the point. Don't be trying to be fluffy. Get straight to the point. People be responding all the time. And I just tested it. It works, y'all. That's it. Any questions around this? I know y'all got in the group chat. All right. Any questions, thoughts, feedback, anything you want to add before we end?
I have one clarifying question.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
you are reaching out to those influencers, are you asking them, are you trying to do the barter trade, or are you asking them to the affiliate marketing?
The affiliate marketer, I'm actually gonna pay them.
Yeah,
But
okay, that's what
I
I
will be paying them. I'll be paying them less than I would pay for an ad or paying to be in a magazine. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be. It sounds crazy, but you would be able to pay less money to get in an influencers network than anywhere else. All right, y'all want a real secret? Like y'all want a real deep secret, like something I really use. Y'all want one? Just put it one in the group chat. This is a super giveaway. Lord have mercy. If you don't do nothing with this, that's on you. All right, hold on. Here you go. Write this down. Lord, here we go. I'm going to my notes. I got like notes for days. All right, hold on 1 second. Just let me see one in the group chat. Then I'm gonna let y'all go. Here we go. It's deep in my notes. You know this junk real. All right, y'all ready? Let me see what's in the group chat. Oh, only 4 people on this? That's it? Nobody else? All right. Give me at least 2 more. I'll share it. I need to know. Because you just be sharing stuff and nobody really want to know it. Janelle, you can't share 2 more. Somebody else knew. We got anybody else? All right.
Oh wait, I stepped away from the phone. What was you about to share?
All right. This is where to find media opportunities. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Media opportunities. And it don't cost you nothing. Write this down. Podcastclout.com. Here you go. I'm going to put it in the group chat. I'm going to make it real easy for you, and I'm going to tell you what it does. Here you go. This is talking about what Hackett touching on. Here you go. This is what the Podcast Clout does. All the podcasts are listed that's on Apple. Search for podcasts related to your target audience. It gives you the contact person to possibly get on that show. Find podcasts that has your target market. Their listeners are potential customers. And check this out, y'all. Podcasters are always looking for someone, and it don't cost you no money. Because if you got relevant content or something that they need, they always need what you got because what? Self-interest. They need new content to keep their listeners engaged and grow. You ain't even got to spend $1. If you don't do this, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna come knock at your door, and I'm just like, listen, I'm gonna shake you. If you don't go on podcastclout.com, and you can get at least 10 references for free in your jurisdiction, and I don't think it costs that much if you keep it. You can get on people's shows, and they give you the contact information, and just pitch yourself. The pitch is getting straight to the point. Hi, I'm Tyler Lewis. I am a young Black entrepreneur. I'm 19 years old. I'm a young Black entrepreneur. I have a book called Word to Self. And I would love to be on your podcast to talk about mindset, vision, just something. Just get straight to it. Just don't waste no time. Don't waste these people's time. But they looking for you. Why? Because they are a podcast. They need information all the time on there. Podcastclout.com. Reach out to them. Don't be afraid to pitch yourself. People, you'll be surprised. I'm gonna go on the podcast tomorrow. Not pay $1, but guess what? I'm gonna be in front of that audience, at least 10,000 listeners. Not to pay $1, y'all, because I'm in front of people and I'm asking for business. All right, I'm not. That's it. I'm stop. I'm gonna stop from there. All right, y'all. Podcastclout.com. Reach out to at least 10 influencers this week on your group chat. In your group chat and your Instagram. And just reach out. And reach out with confidence. Okay? Any questions for clarity before I end the call? All right, y'all. Well, take it easy. Thank y'all so much. I don't know if you was saying anything, Miss G. It seemed like you were on, Mrs. G. You were on mute.
Oh no, I was gonna just say thanks again. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it was very
Podcast.
informal. It was very informal tonight. I learned a lot, as always.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
And this is how you scale. This is how Hackett scale. This is how I scale. This is how we share information with each other. He teaching me something. I'm teaching him something. We always just talking, but it always related to people and how we can. It's not about the dollar. It's about the value. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Take it easy. God bless.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Black Wall Street Unplugged. We hope you enjoyed the discussion and found it valuable. Don't forget to stay connected with us. Follow us on Facebook at Black Wall Street AVL to keep up with all our updates, events, and community news. You can also visit our official website at www.blackwallstreetavl.com for more resources, programs, and information about how we're building and supporting Black-owned businesses in Nashville. Until next time, keep grinding and stay inspired.